Hello everyone, my name is Jane and welcome to my January TBR. This is the first TBR of 2022, which is so exciting, and especially for the New Year's, because I love the New Year's and I love new beginnings. So especially for that, I have a lot of changes to show you today. First of all, yes, the rainbow bookshelves are back. I tried to reorganize them by genre and it lasted only a month. I was missing the rainbow bookshelves so much and I'm so much more satisfied now with my current reorganization. I think it looks great. Also, there is new channel design and also there is new rules for my TBR game, the TBR of colors. I changed the wheel of colors and refreshed it a little bit for the new year. And yes, I'm just so excited for this TBR. I'm telling you, 2022 is going to be my reading year. I'm going to read so much, I'm just feeling it. It's going to be a good reading year. Let's manifest it. And I'm just so excited to pick the books that I'm going to read in January and the books that will start 2022 for me. Now, usually I participate in a lot of readathons, but in January I'm participating only in one readathon, the BeSureAthon. So it's going to be pretty chill. But yes, first of all, I'm going to start with my TBR game and to show you all of the new rules. And then I will get to my BeSureAthon TBR. But before that, I will show you the two books that I have to read because book clubs and readalongs. The first one is the first book in a series that I'm so excited to start. And this is The Poppy War by R.F. Kong. I'm just so excited for this trilogy. This is an adult fantasy trilogy and I'm reading it for the Poppy War readalong that I'm hosting with a few booktube friends. I will link all the details in the video description so you can join us because I think it's going to be really amazing. Like, this is a 5-star prediction. I'm so excited for this book and honestly I already can't wait to read it. The second book that I have to read is In a Dark Dark Wood by Ruth Fair. This is our monthly pick for the Enchanted book club. I will link also all the details of the book club in the video description, but it's a monthly book club. Every month we have a different theme and different book, and this is a thriller mystery. Now, I honestly don't know a lot about the story. I just know that the main character of the story goes to some house. I'm just not sure what is the reason, and this house is dark and in the woods. I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to be snowy, like it's supposed to be in the winter with snowy woods, which sounds so fun to read in January and in the winter. So those are the two books that I have to read in January, but except one more book that I really want to read, I don't have any plans for other books. Usually I do have a lot of books that I'm trying to squeeze in my TBR game, but now I'm pretty clueless. I don't have any idea what I'm going to pick, so it's going to be very, very interesting. So let's get to the TBR of colors and I will show you all the new rules. We're here again with my TBR card and I'm so excited to show you the new rules. Basically, until today, the wheel of colors looked like this and I was just spinning the wheel, and every color that I got, I needed to pick a book with this color on the cover. Overall, it just needs to be a good amount of this color on the cover to count. I tried to add another rule with prompts in the previous months, but I feel like it's all really confusing. So I just decided to refresh the wheel of colors and now it looks like this. I'm using this app and I customized the new wheel and basically the colors stays the same. If I land on a color, I need to pick a book with this color on the cover, but there is new slices. The white one with the question marks are basically a prompt. I have another wheel of prompts, so if I land on this slice, I need to spin the wheel of prompts. The one with the books is the same, just genres instead of prompt, so it will be just a random genre. The black one with the skeleton is the punishment slice. It means that I have a lot of really hard prompts that are more of a punishment prompt just to make it more fun, and the rainbow slice is to add another spin. So basically I'm going to leave the 5 spins a month, but potentially I can get a lot more than that. I won't be putting a limit on it now, but maybe I will put in the future, we will see. And yes, if I land on a color, I will remove it until next month, but if I land on one of the prompts, I will leave the slice, so we can get only prompts or we can get only colors. Like, it can go either way. Okay, so I think it's time to roll the first spin. I'm so excited, so let's go. Orange is the first color and I'm going to remove it so we won't get it again. Orange is such a hard color, like I think that I always get it and I almost don't have any orange books, but I do have option for today, and this is Stargazing by Jen Wong. This is a graphic novel, so I feel like it will be perfect for the New Year's to read a cute graphic novel. I have the copy translated to my native language, and yes, it's just a really, really cute graphic novel. I read another graphic novel by Jen Wong that I really loved, so I really hope to enjoy this one. And yes, it's orange, so that's amazing. It's going to be in my upcoming book haul. So this is a little sneak peek for the book haul. But yes, I'm really excited to get to it. Graphic novels are always fun. Okay, the second spin is... green, another color. Okay, so for green I have the other book that I planned to read in January, except the two books that I already talked about, and this is Every Hearted Doorway by Shannon McGuire. This is the first book in the Wayward Children series, and I'm reading it for the BeSureAthon. I heard amazing things about the series, about the writing and how touching the series is. From what I know, it's following children that were transferred into a fantasy world, and this world was the perfect world for them, but now they are going to the real world and they need to accept the fact that they are in the real world and not in their fantasy world. And yes, it sounds really nice and there is so many good reviews, so I really wanted to check the series for a while. And yes, I will talk about it a little bit more when we will get to the BeSureAthon TBR. The fourth spin is... oh my god, we finally got a prompt. That's so exciting. Okay, so this is the wheel of prompts. Let's spin. Okay, that's interesting. The prompt that I got is to match a book to the current season. Now, I'm not sure if we're in fall or in winter. Like, I live in a very hot country, but I think that I'm going to go with winter because January is winter. So I need to match a book to winter. Okay, so I have the perfect book for winter. This is a thriller mystery that since I found out about it, I really want to read it. And this is 5 Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. Now, this is basically a story about a woman that got stuck in a snowy storm in an airport, and then she and other 4 people are getting a car, and their plan is to drop each one of them in their home, but they are getting stuck in the road. So this is basically a thriller in the snow that you are stuck and you can't go anywhere. I read a thriller like this year, and it was my most favorite thriller that I read this year. I feel like the setting is really fun and really thrilling, so I'm really excited to get into it. I will probably read it in an audiobook because it's available on Scribd. But yes, I feel like it's perfect for winter because the characters are getting stuck in the snow, so I just feel like it's also interesting and I really want to get to it already. Okay, so again, the prompt slice I won't remove. Now let's go for the fourth spin. White is nice. Okay, so for white I'm going to pick in a dark wood because half of the cover is white. Is the most logical thing to do, and yes, I'm really excited for it. I usually really enjoy Ruth Ware's writing. I read a few books by her and only one of them were 4 stars, but also the ones that weren't were still really enjoyable to me, so I'm really excited to get into it. And now the last spin of the month. Let's go. Okay, so I feel like grey is a hard color to pick for a book, but okay, grey it is. Okay, so I looked at my TBR and I don't have any grey book until I looked at the popular. And like, when you look at it, there is a lot of grey because there is smoke on the cover. It isn't a lot, but also in the spine you have a lot of grey, and also in the back. Everything is black and grey, so I do feel like I can count it. And yes, I actually don't have any other grey book, so it will have to be this. I think it can count. So now we got to my BeSureAthon TBR. Basically, the BeSureAthon is a month-long readathon that was created by Sasha from The Wild Sasha, and this readathon is based on the Wayward Children series by Shannon McGuire. I know that the 7th book in the series is going to be released in January, so that's why the readathon is in January. I didn't read any of the books, and I'm really excited to get to the series because I just heard amazing things. I just feel like this readathon is the perfect opportunity to finally read this book. Now, basically, in this readathon there is 5 teams, and there is a really cool system that I don't really understand. It's based on a compass, and you have directions, and every team is a different direction, like north, south, east, west. There is a reason. This is how the fantasy element works in the series. I just don't know this element, so because of it I will be in the 5th team, Team Eleanor West's home. This is Sasha's team, and everyone who doesn't know their word or something like this is going to this team, which is me because I don't know anything think about the series. Now for me, actually the prompts are pretty easy because there is one main prompt which is a portal fantasy, but all the 4 other prompts are basically prompts that I can choose from the other groups. It means that I need to choose one prompt from each team, and there is a lot of prompts, so I have a lot of choices to choose from. But now I looked at all of the prompts and I made a list for books that I want to read for those prompts. So the first team is Fairyland, and from this team I'm going to choose the 5-star prediction prompt. And obviously for this I'm going to read the Poppy War because I have to read it in January, and this is a 5-star prediction, so yes, I'm really excited. The second team is the Lake team, and for this I'm going to pick a recently bought book. So this is another sneak peek for my upcoming book haul, but I'm going to pick The Keeper of the Night by Kylie Lee Baker. This is a YA fantasy story and it sounds so cool because here we are following half British Reaper and half Japanese Shinigami, and basically the main character of the story is a soul collector. She was collecting souls in London for centuries, but now she can control her Shinigami's powers or something like this, and she is going to Japan to learn how to control her Japanese powers. I honestly don't want to know too much about it. This is a new release and it sounds so cool. Also the cover is really gorgeous and I just feel like the premise sounds so interesting. I also heard that it's pretty gore, like it's pretty dark with a little bit of horror, so it also makes me really excited to read it because I do love dark fantasy books. So I'm really excited to get into it, and this is a recently bought book. The fourth team is In Mirror, and I'm going to take the graphic novel prompt. You probably can guess I'm going to pick Stargazing because it's a graphic novel, it's sweet, it's cute, it's fun, and it's a quick read, which is always good. And for the last team, the Underworld team, I'm going to pick the horror prompt. I really got into horror this year and I really want to read more horror books, and I have one horror book that I'm so excited to read, and this is Bunny by Mona Evard. I heard that this book is really bizarre. Everyone says that it's so weird, so many weird things are happening in this book. Are basically following a sorority in college, and this sorority calls each other bunnies, and just supposed to be a really weird book, but it just makes me even more excited to read it. It's supposed to be bizarre, supposed to be weird. Half of the people who read it hate it, but the other half really love it, so I'm not sure in which direction I'm going to go, but I'm really excited to explore it and to see if I will love it or hate it. And of course, the last prompt, the Portal Fantasy, I'm going to read Every Heart a Doorway because this whole series is a Portal Fantasy series, as the children are going through a portal to another fantasy world. So yes, I'm pretty happy for my TBR. I am a mood reader, so I might change it throughout the month, so we will see, but I will try to stick to the prompts that I chose. So if I will change the books, at least the prompts will stay the same, but we will see about it. But yes, this is my BeSureAthon TBR. So this is my final January TBR, also with In the Dark Woods, Every Heart Doorway, and 5 Total Strangers. So overall I have 7 books, like I feel that this is a good number. Also a lot of them are pretty short. Most of them are or fantasy or thriller mysteries, which is interesting. But yes, I feel like this is a really good start with books that I'm actually excited to read. So I'm really excited for January. I just love the new year. I love new beginnings. I really feel like 2022 is going to be an amazing reading year. And yes, I'm so excited for the BeSureAthon. And I really hope that you enjoyed my new rules of my TBR game. Please tell me which is the book that you are most excited to read in January. I really hope that all of us will have an amazing reading year. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone!